this regard, I welcome everybody to this special prayer purposely for FirstBank Nigeria Limited. And most importantly, the man that is at the helm of affairs of the FirstBank, the chairman of FirstBank is there. Then come the MD CEO. Then we have the directors of FirstBank too. Officials of FirstBank will offer special prayer for them. Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
تعين وصلى الله على نبي الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه والتابعين لهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين.
الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
FirstBank Nigeria Limited, its board, management, and staff, including its customers, they have endured for this long, but it is not a guarantee to anything. There had been empires and kingdoms that have seen thousands of years and afterwards collapsed. May the shadow of FirstBank never grow less. May Allah continue to strengthen you. May Allah continue to make the attainment of excellence in all good things easy for you. You are first. May you not become the last. So a bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú kí a ṣe istikfar ní ìgbà mọ́kànlá kí Ọlọ́run ọba ọlọ́lá gíga gbogbo àwọn àìṣedéédéé wa àṣìṣe wa àmọ̀ṣe wa kí Ọlọ́run kó foríjìn wá kó tún wa ṣe kó ṣe dáadáa nírọ̀rùn fún wa. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. فقلت استغفروا ربكم إنه كان غفارا يرسل السماء عليكم مدرارا ويمددكم بأموال وبنين ويجعل لكم جنات ويجعل لكم أنهارا أستغفر الله 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 إن الله غفور رحيم. Gbogbo nǹkan tí a bá ti fẹ́ gbà lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run kí a kọ́kọ́ tọrọ ìkẹ́ àti ìgẹ̀ fún ẹni tọ́lọ́run ti kẹ́ tó ti gẹ̀ ẹni tí Ọlọ́run ọba fẹ́ràn. Gbogbo nǹkan tí a bá wá béèrè lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run lẹ́yìn ìgbà náà Ọlọ́run ọba ọlọ́lá gíga yóò wọlá wípé a ti bá a fẹ́ ẹni tó fẹ́ a ti bá a tọrọ ìkẹ́ àti ìgẹ̀ fẹ́ tó ti kẹ́ tó ti gẹ̀ yóò fẹ́ nǹkan táwa náà fẹ́ yóò sì kẹ́ wa yóò gẹ̀ wá. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa sallim. اللهم صل على محمد وسلم. 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Bí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀dá máa ń tò ó fẹ́ àdúà, bí ó bá tò ó fẹ́ àdúà, tí gbogbo nǹkan bá ń rí bí ẹ̀ ń ṣe ń fẹ́ ó gbàdúà, tí ó bá ti rí bí ẹ̀ ń ṣe ń fẹ́ ó gbàdúà, tí ń bá ń da àdúà lọ́gbà, tí ó bá ti da àdúà lọ́gbà, téèyàn bá ti ga òun ló nídìí àdúà jù, béèyàn bá ti ga àdúà lọ́gbà kò sì sí láyé ẹnìkan kì í máa rìn kí orí máa mì. Ọlọ́run ọ̀dá ayé yìí pé gbogbo èèyàn iná ni ó máa fẹ́ràn ẹni tí ń bá ń dá fún, wọn ò sì lè fẹ́ràn gbogbo ẹni tí ń ga, wọn ò lè fẹ́ràn gbogbo ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ń tò. Ara wọn tí wọ́n máa fẹ́ràn wọn, ara wọn tí wọ́n máa sọ pé òun nìkan lọ́run dáyé fún ni kí tẹ̀ ní ń bá káàkiri gan. Nítorí eléyìí Ọlọ́run sọ fún sẹ́ńlá Ànábì wa Muhammad pé alladhina qala lahumun nas inna nasa qad jama'u lakum fa akhshawhum fazadahum imana faqalu hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakilu 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 hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakilu. Kò sí agbára kankan àfagbára Ọlọ́run. eléyìí táwa ń wò pé agbára ni eléyìí tọ́lọ́run yọ̀ǹda ni ó sì yọ̀ǹda ìwọ̀nba fún àwọn díẹ̀díẹ̀ nínú wa àwọn tó yọ̀ǹda fún alágbára ni wọ́n àwọn tí ò tí yọ̀ǹda fún taarò yìí pé Ọlọ́run tí yọ̀ǹda agbára fáwọn eléyìí alágbára ni wọ́n nítorí Yorùbá ní tí alágídí bá pàdé alágbára ẹnìkan sọ̀gá àwọn méjèèjì tálágbára ó bá fẹ́ dáràn àfi kó gbà pé alágídí ọ̀gá òun ni oníṣàmọ́ bá tiẹ̀ lọ Ọlọ́run ọba ni ọba gbogbo alágbára gbogbo ipò tí a bá wá wà àyàfi kéèyàn máa sádi ọba lágbára lórí ohun gbogbo kéèyàn ó sì máa jẹ́wọ́ àìlágbára rẹ̀ àìgbọ́n rẹ̀ àìmọ̀ọ́sí rẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ bá ń da tí ń bá ti ń ṣe gbólóhùn la haula wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ò ní dàrú gbogbo ẹni tọ́rọ̀ rẹ̀ ó bá ti rí bí ń ṣe ń fẹ́ tí ń bá ti ń ṣe la haula wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim gbólóhùn la haula náà a wá sí ní ìgbà mọ́kànlá ọlọ́run ọba ọlọ́lá gíga kọ́wọ́lá agbára rẹ̀ kọ́wọ́lá ìmọ̀ rẹ̀ kọ́wọ́lá wípé òun ló lè wí tó lè ṣe òun ló lè sọ pé kí nǹkan ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ òun ló lè sọ pé kí nǹkan ó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ àdúrà tí a ń ṣe yìí àtèyí tá a sọ jáde àtèyí tá a sọ jáde ní dáadáa tá à ń wá ọlọ́mọṣà ṣe fún wa àtèyí tá a mọ̀ láburú ọlọ́mọṣà sọ wa ń bẹ̀. bismillahir rahmanir rahim la hawla wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim la hawla wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim la hawla wala quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. tó bá ṣe ní ọjọ́ kan kò sí aburú tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ní ọjọ́ òun pé òun sì gbà fún ànábì òun ò sì fi àdúrà náà lẹ̀ lájọ́ tá ànábì ti kọ́ àwọn ẹ wá nílé òun jó bó nílé òun ó sì wá jó yìí ànábì yìí purọ́ tó Ọlọ́run aburú kò sí kékeré aburú má fi kankan sí wa nínú owó tí ń jẹ́ aburú àtẹ̀yí tá a rò kó kéré àtẹ̀yí tá a rò kó tóbi má fi ṣe déédéé wa má fà wá náà ṣe déédéé rẹ̀ so àdúrà ọ̀nsẹ́ńlá anábìwá Muhammad á ṣe ní ìgbà mọ́kànlá àti FirstBank àti board àti management àti staff àti customer Ọlọ́run dákun má jẹ́ ẹnìkan kan nu gbogbo owó lukudéètì má jẹ́ distress má jẹ́ fẹ́ẹ̀lì ọlá alukur'ani lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wa náà Ọlọ́run má fa burú sí wa o má jẹ́ bankrupt Ọlọ́run bismillahir rahmanir rahim. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم نحمده ونستهديه ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا وهادينا ومولانا محمد عبده ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله طيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه الغر الميامين وعلينا معهم أجمعين بمنك اللهم وكرمك وجودك يا أكرم الأكرمين ويا أجود الأجودين ويا أرحم الراحمين. أما بعد عباد الله، يقول سبحانه جل وعلا في محكم تنزيل: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. بارك الله لي ولكم بالقرآن الكريم ونفعني وإياكم بما فيه من الآيات وذكر الحكيم. إنه تعالى جواد كريم ملك بر رؤوف رحيم. الحمد لله وكفى صلوات الله وسلامه على محمد المصطفى وعلى آله أهل الصفا والوفا وبعد. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. I praise and glorify His name. I bear witness that none deserves to be worshipped except Allah alone, the one who did not begin, the one who will not come to an end, the absolutely knowledgeable, the absolutely able, the absolutely powerful, the absolutely majestic, the absolutely absolute. He's absolute in everything. Absolute in power, in might, in knowledge, and in everything. He created the world from nothingness. Just by His command, the world came into existence. By His command, the world is being maintained and sustained. By His command, human beings are created. By His command, everything is coordinated. By His mercy, everything is right. Temperature is right. Pressure is right. The climate is good. The soil is solid. The climate change. The wind blow. Rain fall. Oceans ebb back and forth. This is by the grace, by the knowledge, by the organizational, absolute organizational power of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. It is Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has created us as human beings and the earth before we came into it. And He told us, go onto the earth. Just go there. There is everything there for you to eat. Everything for you to make a livelihood out of. Go there. You will not suffer. There will be provision for you for as long as you strive, for as long as you stay within the ambit of the law that I've instituted. It is by the mercy of Allah that we exist. It is by the mercy of Allah that we function. It is by the mercy of Allah that things are working for us. It is not by our might, not by our own knowledge, not by our own doing, but because we are empowered to do so, because we have been taught how to do so. Glory be to Allah. And I bear witness that none deserves to be worshipped except the one who has done all of these things that we have listed. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is the messenger of Allah and the apostle of Allah. May Allah bless him and give him peace, including members of his household, his faithful companions, and all those who follow the guidance that he has brought until the day of Qiyamah. I pray that Allah will bless you and I, and each and every one of us, and make the attainment of excellence in all good things easy for us. Brothers and sisters in Allah's deen, today I intend to talk about the object of legislation in Islam. It is called the object of Sharia, Maqasid al-Shari'at al-Islamiyya, the object of law in Islam. According to one of the scholars of old, Ibn Ashur, he said the purpose, and before him, Al-Ghazali, before him, Imam Al-Ghazali rahimahullah before him said, the purpose of law, the purpose of legislation is maslaha. What is maslaha? Maslaha can be summarized as the promotion of all that is good, the promotion of all that is progressive, the promotion of all that will bring peace, harmony, and the attainment of happiness. Everything that will correct the ills, al-maslaha, masalih al-mursala, which is the first object, promotion of good and prevention of harm, promotion of progress and prevention of retrogression. All laws that Allah has made are made because of this. So after Al-Ghazali, Ibn Ashur, expounding on the thesis of Imam Ghazali, now brought out what is called Usulul Khamsa, the 5 fundamental principles of the Maqasid. The Maqasid is the objective of the Sharia. It has 5 fundamental principles. What are these principles? Number 1 is Hifzuddin, the preservation of religion. This is what you could call freedom of conscience. Allah has created all human beings free. Nobody is created tainted or bonded. All of us have been created free. And in the best of forms, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Allah has created mankind in the best of forms. Best of forms. Freedom of religion is all, preservation of religion also means freedom of religion, freedom of choice, freedom of association, freedom of conscience. That everybody should be free to prescribe his means, to choose his means and prescribe his ends. Human being has been honored by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Nothing must encumber him. There must be no encumbrances except as has been specified by the laws. And these laws are natural. Where your right, ends is where the right of another person begins. For as long as your right does not interfere with the right of others, then you can enjoy your freedom. In Islamic terminology, Hifzuddin means that أن تكون الدين كله لله. Allah takuna fitna, that there must be nothing that will encumber human beings from freely choosing. There will be people. Allah had told us that human beings are broadly divided. وَمِنْكُمْ كَافِرٌ وَمِنْكُمْ مُؤْمِنٌ. There are those who will believe, and believe can only be meaningful if it is without compulsion. In fact, compulsion and faith are necessarily mutually exclusive. They are incompatible. You cannot force conviction on anyone. It must come from within. It must be free. And this is why, without monitoring, without policing, people can live up to their conviction. It is because they have faith, and it is because this faith is something that they have of their own volition chosen. The Sharia has guaranteed this, and this is one of the objectives of the Sharia. Number two, hifsun nafs, the preservation of life. No life can be taken. That is why the Quran says, وَمَنْ قَتَلَ نَفْسًا فَكَأَنَّمَا قَتَلَ النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. Whoever takes a life is like the one who has committed genocide. And tó bá pa èèyàn ẹyọ kan, bí ìgbà tó pa gbogbo ẹ̀dá tí ń bẹ láyé ni. Irú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ t'Ọlọ́run fún nìyẹn. Irú ìyà t'Ọlọ́run fi jẹ nìyẹn. So life is sacred. He has guaranteed the sanctity of life. No life can be taken. Except, of course, in the case of life for life. If you kill, then you will be killed. This is the logic of the lawgiver. Anything contrary to it will bring chaos and will bring harm and injustice ultimately, no matter what the current thinking is all about. Those who promote and who are conversing for the elimination of death penalty are executing people till tomorrow. Now, hifsin nafs, the preservation of life, it is not just restricted to the fact that no life should and could be taken unjustly, but then it includes also maintenance of the quality of life. What is the meaning of life? What gives life meaning? Other than the value that is placed on human life, it includes all the basic human needs. If there is a system that does not guarantee the basic human needs, food, shelter, clothing, and so on and so forth, including honor and dignity, then life is meaningless. And that is why the Quran says, "La taqtulu awladakum khashyata imlak." Do not kill your children for fear of want, for fear of poverty. It is not physical slaughtering. But you have children that you have not educated, then what is the life? What kind of life? What kind of quality of life are you giving to those children? You have a population that are not educated. You are not preserving their life. You have an environment that is not healthy, a polluted environment, a dirty environment, a dangerous environment. It talks to the preservation of life. Anything that will ultimately harm life touches on the Islamic principle of the preservation of life. And the third principle of the Sharia is what is called hifzul aql, the preservation of the intellect. It is the objective of the Sharia to preserve the human intellect from all forms of corruption, either as a result of dehumanization, as a result of oppression, as a result of drug addiction, or intoxication of all kinds. you must liberate the human intellect. The human intellect is unlimitedly productive, is very fertile. Look, it is the human intellect that has given us electricity, that has invented this, that I'm able to talk and you're able to hear me. I don't have to shout on top of my voice. It is because those who invented this operated in an atmosphere of the free exercise of their intellect. And they also have tools. Aside from education, it is not just literacy. They were thoroughly educated. The system promoted productivity and creativity. So when we talk of about preservation of al-aql, the intellect, it is not restricted to enforcing laws against the consumption, the trade in narcotics. No, it is beyond that. That you must create an environment for every human being to maximize the potentials of the intellect that he has. Some people can be intelligent in the school. Some people are not school people. They are not supposed to be writing exams and passing, but they could contribute in other ways to the society. All these must be recognized and it must be properly articulated. Of all the 5 principles, perhaps the 4th is what concerns this gathering, this khutbah today. And that is what the provision for hifzil mal, the preservation of wealth. Because today, bankers are here. Today, the oldest bank in Nigeria is 125 years old. They are here. The MD, some members of the board, some members of the staff, some customers are here today to say Jumat with us. So I'm going to dwell extensively on hifzul mal as an objective of the Sharia, preservation of wealth. Again, let me say that preservation of wealth does not mean it's safekeeping. Preservation of wealth, or the principle of hifzil mal, as far as the Sharia is concerned, entails preservation of order, achievement of benefit, prevention of harm or corruption, establishment of equality among people, making people to revere law, which in democratic parlance they will call the rule of law, and the overall objective is that you will make the people powerful individually, powerful collectively. This is what they call empowerment. Empowerment. Economic empowerment. So that human beings do not live at the fringes of life. They are respected because they don't have to beg. No system that pauperizes people and pulverizes them can be approved by Islam. And no such system can be sanctioned by Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Because there is nothing worse than poverty. Material poverty, intellectual poverty. That is why the Prophet ﷺ used to seek Allah's refuge. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-faqr. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from poverty. So a system that freely allows people to degenerate into poverty is ungodly, is satanic, and is inhuman. So the objective is not just to make people powerful. If you are economically empowered, you are powerful. If you are intellectually empowered, You are powerful. You will live a decent human life. You will impact positively. You will make optimum intellectual contribution to society. And then, finally, you will be confident. Because the opposite of this will lead to negative consequences. Tell me, if people are intellectually empowered, they are economically empowered, will anybody give them 1,000 naira to vote for them? Will anybody be able to induce them to go and perpetrate violence? No. No. So when we talk of the Sharia of Islam, it is not about law and order alone. Law and order, it constitutes less than 20% of the body of what is called Islamic law. Of course, there are people here who know better than I do. The economic contribution of the Islamic Sharia, all right, to the overall economic development of the financial sector globally today. Example is like in the federal government sukuk and the road that it is, and so on and so forth. These are the things that as Muslims we must emphasize. It is not just about telling people, you go to hellfire, hellfire, hellfire. Have you established bakery where there is an oven and you throw people into that hellfire that you have kindled? It is not about making people, driving fears into their heart. Tọ́ba dìgbà kan àwọn èèyàn sọ pé wo tó àìpé àwọn ará ilé yín àwọn ni wọ́n ní kọ́kọ́rọ́ àlìjẹ́nà lọ́wọ́ àti ẹ̀fẹ́ àlìjẹ́nà náà mọ́. So now what is hifzil mal? Hifzil mal as a principle in the objective of the Sharia is the encouragement of wealth creation. Muslims are not supposed to be indolent, lazy, unproductive, beggars. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever begs will be disgraced on the day of Qiyamah. Because Allah will resurrect him without any skin on his face. And that's a sign of, disgrace. No skin at all because of begging. And Islam teaches us that the hand that gives is always on top. And the Prophet will pray, "Oh Allah, make my hand to be on top by enabling me to be the giver." Because it is true, givers never lack. But the Sharia has operationalized it in a manner that everyone will be empowered, encouraged, and empowered to create wealth. Wealth creation, wealth generation, wealth accumulation, and growing wealth. It's not just accumulating in the manner of rent seeking. Today, most of our people are just rent seekers. Absolute rent, nothing productive. This is not Islam.
Savu Jama. Savu Lillah. Savu Zufakum Watelu Yaramkumullah. Safu Lillah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. حي على الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
أقيموا صفوفكم واعتدلوا إن تسوية الصفوف من إقامة الصلاة. سووا صفوفكم يرحمكم. الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
آمين.
وقلت استغفروا ربكم إنه كان غفارا يرسل السماء عليكم مدرارا ويمددكم بأموال وبنين ويجعل لكم جنات ويجعل لكم أنهارا ما لكم لا ترجون لله وقارا وقد خلقكم أطوارا ألم تروا كيف خلق الله 7 سماوات طباقا فجعل القمر فيهن نورا وجعل الشمس سراجا والله أنبتكم من الأرض نباتا. الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
سمع الله لمن حمده.
ربنا لك الحمد.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
آمين.
ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
سمع الله لمن حمده.
ربنا لك الحمد.
الله أكبر
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر. The 125th year, 125th anniversary of FirstBank Nigeria Limited. I want to, on behalf of the deity of this mosque, the head of service, Lagos State, in person of Barrister Akeem Murio Kuala, the League of Imams, the ESCO committee of this mosque, in which my humble self happens to be the chairman, and on behalf of the entire congregation of this mosque, we want to welcome the officials of FirstBank Nigeria PLC. We want to welcome the Kabasi, Alailoa, Oba Rilwan, Akiolu Kabasi. On this note, please permit me to quickly recognize the personalities that we have here that have come to celebrate the 125th anniversary of FirstBank Nigeria PLC. As a person and for my committee, our joy has no bound, because this is a thing we aspired for, and God has done it through FirstBank. I have on my list here, which is the Kabiyesi. Kabiyesi, you are here to felicitate with FirstBank. Akinsa, Ade apẹ́ lórí, bàtà apẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. Àjọṣepọ̀ tó wà láàrin ẹ̀yin àti FirstBank, tó wà láàrin ẹ̀yin àti Dr. Adesola Cousin Adedutan kò ní bàjẹ́. The second person I will recognize is Dr. Adesola Adedutan and his wife. He is the CEO, FirstBank of Nigeria Limited. We have in our midst again Alhaj Latif Bakari, our non-executive director, FirstBank Nigeria Limited. You're welcome, sir. We have in our midst also Mr. Remi Makonjuola, Chairman, Capital Group, and also is the Chairman, Siniga, FBN Bank. You're welcome, sir. In our midst, I have my brother, my senior, Mr. Akin Kekereko. Shawambi. Mr. Shawambi. Àwọn ni Chairman FBN Congo. Ẹni wípé àti FBN Nigeria àti ti other countries náà ló wà níbí. Adúpẹ́ fọlọ́ọ̀bá. You're welcome, sir. We have Mr. Basirat Hodowo, Group Executive International Banking, FirstBank of Nigeria Limited. We have Mrs. Funke Smith, is a group head, retail banking, FirstBank Nigeria PLC. We also have in our midst Mr. Jide Adeola, group head, public sector, FirstBank Nigeria PLC. Also, we have Mrs. Folake Animumuni, group head, managing corporate and communication. You're welcome. And we have Alhaj Lekom Bello. We have Alhaj Wahid Karim. MD sir, it's my pleasure to invite you to come and give a response to all that has happened here today. But before your response, permit me to the one in Toba Shore Funyo, Okwele Yomanda, the BOT, the League of Imam, the mosque management, the HOS, my PSCs that are here, and the ESCO. We said we'll have Owo Alemani. We have this as a token appreciation for what FirstBank has done to this mosque. And I will ask, Allah Akbar, and I will ask Alhaj Pedro Anwar to please SAN to join me in presenting this award to the MD before his response.
Occasion of the special Jumat prayer session to commemorate the 125th, 125th anniversary of the bank. Please accept this token gift from this noble mosque.
Akbar. Thank you very much. Oh yeah. Your response, sir.
Solu ala nabili kerim. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Ayin Ànábì wa Muhammad. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ yin aṣíwájú ẹ̀dá tí ń jẹ́ Muhammad. Kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ ní ṣókí, wọ́n ní ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ọpẹ́ fún ẹni tọ́pẹ́ yẹ. Ká dẹ̀ recognize àwọn tó yẹ ká recognize, Ọlọ́run ó jẹ́ kẹ́mi yín ogun. Ìdùnnú ló ń jẹ àgbàlagbà, Ọlọ́run á fà ṣèdùnnú fún yín. Mo tún fẹ́ recognize àwọn members of the board of directors. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí Alhaji Lateef Bakare, Alhaji Remi Makanjola, Mr. làwọn máa ń lò, Mr. Kékeré Ẹkùn, and other members àtàwọn tá a fìwé pè. I also want to specially recognize retired Justice Ọlọ́run Nímbẹ̀. I would also like to recognize our spiritual father, Imam Hamad Abdulrahman. Kọ́lọ́run kó jẹ́ kí ẹ pẹ́ fún wa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń fún wa lóúnjẹ ẹ̀mí ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ọlọ́run bó bá ti ń gbé tí ọ̀tún wá wọlé, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó mọ wọ ara wa ni, kó má máa gbé tí ó sì jáde. At this occasion of the 125th anniversary of our bank, we decided that given who we are, Imam Sole kan wọ́n ní tó dá ó ń fàdúà, in tó tún kù díẹ̀ káàtó ó tún àdúà náà ló tún fẹ́. So we've been in existence for 125 years. Àdúà wa is that we will be in existence in perpetuity. And that is why, as part of this celebration, we decided that a máa ṣe Jumat service níbí. Tó bá dijọ́ Sunday, a máa ṣe church service. Wọ́n ní tẹ̀yìn bá ti fi tọ́lọ́run ṣáájú tó jẹ́ dúpẹ́ oore àná ìmáàmù wọ́n emphasize nígbà tó ń ṣe sermon wípé tá a bá ti ṣe alhamdulilayi tó pọ̀ tó ọlọ́run gbogbo ohun tó dáa tó tún dáa tún wà wájú ọlọ́run tí ó ṣe fún wa ọlọ́run ò gbogbo àdúrà tí ìmáàmù ṣe fún wa ọlọ́run jẹ́ ogun wa. àwa dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn tó gbà wá lálejò ń bí kò rọrùn láti rí head of service. These are big men tó pé event ló gbé wọn wá bí. a dúpẹ́ torí pé you find time to come here. We truly appreciate you. We also appreciate other members of management, Board of Trustees, and the ESCO of the Lagos State Secretariat. I also recognize our fathers, our leaders, who are too numerous for me to mention. Àdúà yín lórí wa Ọlọ́run ó jẹ́ ó máa gbà. Àtilé àtọ̀nà gbogbo wa Ọlọ́run á tún jẹ́ ó máa dáa jù báyìí lọ. Wọlá aṣáájú ẹ̀yà tí ń jẹ́ Muhammad. Ìlú Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́. Ìbàdàn tèmi náà ti wá ò ní dàrú. Ìbàdàn tí mo ti wá ò ní dàrú. Ìbàdàn ilé Olúyọ̀lé ọmọ ajẹ̀gbíjẹ̀kára wọn ọmọ àfikàrà wọn fọ́ọ̀rí mu. Ìbàdàn ìlú Ìbíkúnlé ìlú Ògúnmọ́lá olódògbò kẹ̀rí lójú ológun àwọn bàbá wa bọ̀ kẹ̀mbẹ̀rẹ̀ bíi jákàdì. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. So on behalf of the board of directors, our management, and staff of our bank, I truly want to appreciate everybody that is present here today. We truly appreciate your support. We've done our corporate social responsibility. We will continue to do what is right in this environment. In fact, the logo of our celebration is woven into the fabric of the society. Because the reason why we have existed for 125 years, unbroken, in fact, not just in Nigeria, we belong to a special club. There are not too many companies globally that have existed for more than 100 years. Everywhere in the world, we belong to an exclusive club. And àdúrà tí màmú ṣe ni pé àwa tó wà lọ́wọ́ wa lẹ́ni, àwa náà á tún fà láwọn ẹlòmíì lọ́wọ́ ní dáadáa jù báyìí lọ, àwọn náà tún fà lẹ́lòmíì lọ́wọ́ so that Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ ká lè dìtàn dáadáa. Wọlá aṣáájú ẹ̀dá Muhammad. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Sallu ala nabil karim.